It's a special New Year's Eve.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
Houston in the lead. The Wizards making the playoffs last season for the first time in the last 6 years, playing around 500 basketball. Steve, what's the upside for this team in your opinion?
Well, their depth and history of injuries have to be a concern, Kevin. I mean, in the East, they'll remain a playoff team, but a contender for the title, I don't know.
McDaniels is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Brewer. Then there's Moniunas. And it's Smith in at the power forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Beverly with the ball. The pass to McDaniels. In the corner, it's Brewer. Dishes to Beverly. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Serafin.
And, you know, part of the depth issue for the Wizards is they struggled to find difference makers in the draft. Aside from taking John Wall first overall back in 2010, their selections have more than often left a bit to be desired.
Now, here's Brewer. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Here's Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots it. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Brewer's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, you look at some of the best picks in Wizards history. Earl the Pearl Monroe, Wes Unseld. Great players, but not as many great picks. And that's frankly why this has been one of the NBA's less successful teams over the years.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Moniunas. Jones comes in for Josh Smith. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Brewer. And James Harden subbed in for McDaniels. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He said to them, goal number 1 is to drive the lane and put pressure on them inside. That's where he wants their scoring to come from. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Howard with a screen on Wall. And Beverly kicks to Howard. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at Chicago. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that number 1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And checking out Washington, just way behind.
Checking out Washington, you know, it has not been the kind of season they had mapped out for themselves. Their sights were definitely set a little higher than what they've achieved.
Well, it's not been a total disaster, Clark. They're still perched in a spot where they can make a move, but they're going to have to do so pretty quickly. You know, one reason they're on top right now is that they haven't done a whole lot of what just happened there. Only a couple times have they given the ball away.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Now Beverly. Screened by Howard. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Well, that shot was made possible by the work Dwight Howard did. Well, you look at Patrick Beverly, and I think he embodies the phrase Chicago tough. And he's relatively unknown growing up and hooping in the playgrounds of West Chicago. He's always played the game with an edge, though, and that served him well as an NBA player.
Now, Beverly learned pressure defense back in high school as the lead guard in a 1-2-2 press. To prepare his team to play that way, his coach had them running stairs, running around the school nonstop for an hour every day. And Beverly still fanatical about his conditioning.
Now here's Wall, averaging 19 points per contest. Now the feed to Pierce. Nice open look, but it's no good.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
And it's Ariza in the corner. Fires the 3. No luck. Now the Wizards take it the other way. And so Patrick Beverly, taken in the second round in 2009. Oh! Hammer time! It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
Steve, so close.
Well, such a seesaw affair back and forth. And this has been an unbelievable game to watch.
Timeout called. The Rockets, their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And you know what was most impressive? They've wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call a mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it, had them on their hands the whole time.
Screen by Howard. Jones with the screen on Wall. Jumper off the screen, and there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got his 6th assist on the night. For Washington, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Nene setting the pick for Wall. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Houston.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
It's Pierce on the wing, guarded by Harden. Nene dishes to Pierce. Just 5 to shoot. A leaner. No luck. Good D by Jones.
Boy, that's a tough one. But he did all he could there, using the leaner to get the shot off. You know, there's always a little hesitation with newly formed, star-loaded teams, and you wondered if the Rockets would click early last year. They did, and ended up with the 4 seed out west.
A minute 42 left in the first half. Harden against Beal. Pierce wide open. He fires. Sinks the three-pointer. Pierce has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Wizards. 1:25 left to play here in the half. Now here's Beverly. He's got 5. Howard with this screen on Wall. Throws it up high. It's slammed in by Howard.
You could see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
And Wall. Here we go now. Here's the pass to Wall. Feeds to Beal. Shot clock at 6. Here's Gortat. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Monty Eunice is checked in for Howard. Smith comes in for Jones. And it's Brewer in for Patrick Beverly. Chris Humphries is checked in for the Wizards. Butler comes in for Pierce. It's Harden with the drive. Rebound, Washington. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
It was a very one-sided matchup last year, that's for sure. They came up empty against this club on the road and in the game played in their home building.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
19 seconds left in the second quarter. And Brewer kicks to Ariza. Butler with the steal. And they're on the break. And that one is stuffed right through.
And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
And here's Harden for 3. No good. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Wizards lead by 4. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Josh, what do you need to do in the second half as a team to come away with this win tonight?
First 5 minutes is going to be big for us. We got to go out with the same intensity and energy that we did in the second quarter. We got to withstand it for 2 more quarters and hopefully come out with a win.
Josh, thanks for the time. Good luck in the second half. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.